Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Red Blur Gaming. A couple of hours ago I was live, which I will be trying to do occasionally. You can see that I'm messing around here at the moment with some crisis suits that have actually been grabbed and will be about to be, I don't know what I've done here, but this is going to be interesting, about to be glued onto their bases. Which will make it a hell of a lot easier to try and glue arms on after that. But let's get into it. This is going to be fun because I think that I have made a bit of a boo-boo with at least one of these. Meaning that there is a foot that'll glue and a foot that won't glue. Which hopefully doesn't make the model too top heavy. To be honest, he should be standing on something, and I might have to go ahead and find an item to put on the deck to make it a little higher. That might actually work. Oh, although no, it's not going to work because I've already glued one side down and he's balancing now. Of course that's the case. Hope to God that. Nope, he's not going to hold himself. Oh yay. This is what happens when it probably was going to work well, but we might have to go in for some rocks. Because they can provide a bit of a better base for me to glue onto. So let's get a rock on here. Let's get the flat side down because flat sides are always easy to work with. And we might actually flip it around slightly because wait a second, I want that. I'm just going to poke old mate China here against that bottle with the hopes that he'll actually stay upright. And then we can move on to the next model. Great. Everything seems to be in the right spots there. There was one of these models, which it was that one which I didn't quite get everything where it was supposed to go when I tried to glue him down. So now we have to move on to the next lot of shenanigans, which is going to be fun. So as long as they wish to glue, which you can't quite tell what I'm doing because it's slightly off camera, but I will toss some stuff out of the way and push a gentleman back into clear view. So there's another one glued. Then we work on the last little fella, and then that will obviously provide us with some great smells of glue, because you know we love the smell of napalm in the afternoons. My mate China is even worse off than the rest. He does not wish to sit still, but that is okay because I'm actually taking paint off his. Of course I am. Why would I want that to happen any other way? We'll just push container on the back there to try and push that forward. So there's the arms for the lovely little gentleman. As you can see, we've got some guys that have had some snow added, some stuff done to their bits and pieces. A few bases have been done and completed, extra work done just to make them look a little better. Get rid of some rocks out of the way. We've got some models down here that, look at that, not quite finished. These obviously got painted grey, never got finished off. Definitely needs a good dust. Obviously the back section needs to have some lights painted to make it at least look somewhat usable. You can see there that I've actually done the front glass there. There's a few bits and pieces that probably could be touched up to make it look a little better. Some Known oil over the silver sections in this would definitely help. It's just got a few random coats on. It's more of a gloss on there accidentally. We do have, now that we've got those grass tufts out and about, we might actually pizzazz up some of these other models that we have that are floating around. There's our stand for a few bits and pieces, so we'll do a little bit of pizzazzing, I think, at the moment. And that way, when we do go to play with the models again next, whoever I do get to play will be quite surprised if I've got to get the new glue out, because I am using the old glue to balance a model so he stays where he's supposed to stay. Otherwise he's going to be a royal pain in the backside. And we will unwind. I had tweezers out at some point in time and I cannot find them because my desk is a mess, and I actually do need to clean my desk slightly. I have to fix some mess up, but let's get some bits and pieces down, a few different styles. There's some small ones here. These might be a little bit easier to get on with Commander Shadow Sun. Try and peel them just quickly and get them on the base. There we go. Maybe I can get one of these other ones on the back side there, just to, give it a little bit of, as I said, pizzazz. Another one down. We've got the broadside here. I've got a few of these other. Some of these are a bit flat, unfortunately. These grass tufts, which is a little annoying. But we can get them in there. Another one. I'll work on getting some of these. As you can see, the ones I've just put down are quite squished, but I have a few of that style, so I'll spin them around and let's get another section in there. And again, another pizzazzed monster creature. As I said, bit of pizzazzing there. We've pizzazzed slightly on this young fella. Pizzazz! And we will do, we've got 2 monsters there left to do, 2 suits. So we'll get some of this bigger stuff here, which I'm not sure how much is supposed to go. Oh, that's a lot more than I was planning on, but you know what? Let's get a nice big tuft of it, because then we can get in there and we'll get a bit of a like so, which did obviously pull up a few more bits and pieces, which is kind of painful because it should actually all come apart. But in doing so, it's going to allow me to actually grab this ghostkeel and whack around and like jam this on the ground just like so. As you can see, now there's a few more bits and pieces on this. We'll get him out of the way as well. Other one bites the dust. We'll take some of these ones, different shapes, and we'll get it on this, the bottom of this piranha stand. So we'll get that on there. There we go. Piranha stand now pizzazed. So also get that out of the way. And then we'll just work on this broadside. So we'll switch around something different. And we'll get some of this other one that I have. Like so. And so, and that just clears off a few monsters, obviously. This guy will need some pizzazzing as well, so we can get, again, this other one we have that has some really small, interesting bits of wintry, like super wintry tuft. And we'll poke that in just next to his foot. Once we've done that, try that down to glue. And we'll try and get something else. Some more of that one actually, just there, lovely. And try and, before we call it quits on this guy, just a few little bits and pieces in the same kind of similar spot. And there we go, pizzazzerized. And that's at least some pizzazzing done on those guys. That's what I'm going to call it. Makes it entertaining. Just getting some stuff on there. But as you can see, we've got a few models at least glued to bases. And so, as per normal, we're going to pull the pin on that for a minute. I'm going to wait for some stuff to dry. And then I have a blue grey that I've acquired that I want to just run, which, yeah, there we go, which hopefully you'll be able to see. Which I'm going to run over. Once I've completed doing this, I'll actually put it back in front of the camera where you can see, guys, and then you can actually see what I'm talking about when I say I'll run it over. There we go. So run that over a couple of bits and pieces, and I'm going to call that. I'm actually kind of happy with how that's run onto that stone per se. This metal brick thing that is under the commander's foot is another beast of its own, but given the fact I already threw known oil at it for a reason, The next one I might dry brush it before I actually glue him down, so that when I glue down it's going to be a little better. But I'm happy with that, so I'm going to say Commander is officially ticked off and marked off as complete. I don't think I have anything of these stuff that really, apart from those guys which we've just had there. Just here you can see they've just had their stuff done. I'm going to say all good for the time being. I don't know if I want to run this over anything else because I don't know how well it's going to... Well, it's run out of juice on the actual thing I was using, so I have to go in and get it off the brush. But you know. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, I don't think I'll run that over any of the rocks, maybe. Pick any more of that up on the brush. Just wondering whether or not this might actually work, running it over the rocks I glued down on some others, but I don't think so because I'm not getting what I'm after off the brush. Oh yeah, but that'll do for today. This will be up obviously hopefully Saturday night, which means there is only roughly 24 to 48 hours left on the competition for the 100 subscribers. You can access it via the posts on my channel on YouTube. It is on my Facebook page, the Red Blur Gaming page, and also on Instagram under Red Blur Gaming. But that is all. So bye for now. Peace out, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.